Hi guys! Today I'm here with a new name video for you, and since I've been doing a lot of fashion styling and photography and modeling recently, I've become so addicted to America's Next Top Model. I've been watching all the past seasons and this season as well. So one thing I've noticed is that a lot of the contestants on the show have really interesting names. They come from a variety of different backgrounds, and so they have some very unique and interesting names. So I thought I would do a video on names of contestants from all the different seasons of America's Next Top Model. So I went through all 20 cycles and chose some of my favorite names from the show, and I'm going to share them with you guys. So the first name that I have is Xiomara. Xiomara was on cycle 2 of America's Next Top Model. And I think Xiomara is completely usable. It might have some spelling and pronunciation issues, but I do think it is usable, and I think it is a gorgeous name. It's an Aramaic name and it means joyful deer. The next name I have is Naima. Naima was one of my favorite contestants from all the different cycles of Next Top Model, and Naima was the winner of cycle 4, and Naima is an Arabic name and it means delight or contentedness. The next name I have is Nnenna, and when I first saw this name written I thought it was so interesting with the double N's. Nnenna was on cycle 6, and Nnenna is a Western African Igbo name that means father's mother. The next name I have is Melissa Rose, which by itself is a fairly normal name, but she actually contracted it to Melrose and made that her stage name, which I thought was really interesting. And I think Melrose is really pretty. And Melrose was the second place girl on cycle 7. And she was actually invited back on one of the following cycles to teach the girls about choosing a stage name. So I thought that was kind of cool. The next name I have is Katarzyna, and Katarzyna was on cycle 10, and her name is a Polish form of the name Catherine. I think it's really beautiful, but there would be a lot of issues with the pronunciation if you weren't living in a Polish speaking community. Then I have the name Fatima, and Fatima is such a beautiful Arabic name. Fatima was the 3rd place girl in cycle 10, and Fatima is an Arabic name that means to abstain. Then probably one of the most famous girls from America's Next Top Model is Isis, and Isis was a contestant on cycle 11, and also she was invited back for the All-Stars cycle, and she was very famous for being openly transgendered, and she not only spoke about that on the show but also on talk shows and other media sources. She was an inspiration to a lot of people, and Isis is an ancient Egyptian goddess. And then I have the name Clark, and normally I don't like masculine names for girls, but this name was originally an English surname, so I think it definitely could be a girl's name as well as a boy's name, because a lot of surname names are used for girls as well as boys. And I think Clark would really be cute on a little girl, and Clark was from cycle 11 as well, and it is an English surname that means clerk or scribe. The next name I have is Marjorie, and Marjorie was on cycle 11, and Marjorie is a herb name. Then I have McKee, and McKee was the winner of cycle 11, and McKee is also a created name. It's a stage name, and I think this would make a really great alternative to Mackenzie and other Mc names that are really popular for girls. The next name I have is Raina, and Raina was the 2nd place contestant from cycle 14, and Raina is a really beautiful Slavic name that means queen, so it has a really nice meaning as well as a really nice sound, and it can be spelt R-A-Y-N-A. I actually know a girl whose name is Raina, spelt that way, but I prefer the I spelling. The next name I have is Esther, and Esther was one of my favorite contestants from all the cycles. I thought she was so beautiful. She was a young Jewish model, and what I liked about her was that she wasn't super thin like a lot of the girls. She had curves to her, and she was just gorgeous, and she was from cycle 15, which was my favorite cycle. And she only got 7th place, which I was a little disappointed about, but I still think she was a great model. And Esther is a gorgeous Persian name that means star. Then I have Liz, but I found out that Liz's real name was Lisbeth, and I don't know why she didn't go by Lisbeth, because I think Lisbeth is really cute. But I also like the name Liz. My mom goes by Liz, and it's a variant of Elizabeth, and she was also on cycle 15. The next name I have is Mariah, and Mariah is a gorgeous name. It was actually a name that my parents considered for me when my mom was expecting me. And Mariah was on cycle 18, and she got 13th place, and I was disappointed by that because she was this gorgeous Native American girl, and I thought that she was going to go a lot farther in the competition. But unfortunately, she only got 13th. And Mariah is a variant of the name Mary. The next name I have is Asmarie, and Asmarie's real name was Ashley, but she went by Asmarie on the show, and I thought Asmarie was kind of just cool and quirky and different, and obviously it's a made-up name, but I thought it was kind of cool. And she was on cycle 18. And then from cycle 19 there was Nastasia. And Nastasia is actually a short form of Anastasia, which is a gorgeous Russian name. And then from the current cycle, cycle 20, there was Kanani, and Kanani is a Hawaiian name that means beautiful, and I believe she got 10th place. And then the last name I have is Nnenna, and Nnenna is a Spanish name that means little, and Nnenna is my favorite girl on this season of America's Next Top Model, and so hopefully she will win cycle 20. I'm rooting for her. So if you're watching, let me know who your favorite is for this cycle, the guys and girls cycle. There's actually guys on this cycle of America's Next Top Model. So let me know what your favorite names are from the show if you watch it, and I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.